Morning, Abotai. There was a very interesting question that was posed to Maran Zechron Avracha, quoted in Chazon Avadia Yamim Noraim. The question actually came from an Ashkenazi, but almost the same question could be from a Sfaradi as well. He said that during Chodesh Elul, he checked his tefillin. We've spoken about that in the past, that it's a good time to have one's tefillin mezuzot checked for kashrut during Chodesh Elul. He checked it, and it came out that there was a mistake in his tefillin shel rosh, and therefore, he was already a grown man. He had the same pair of tefillin from his bar mitzvah, which means that basically he never wore tefillin because the tefillin were pasul. Now, there's a few issues over here. Number one, the fact that he never wore tefillin shel rosh at least. By the way, Shulchan Aruch says meforash, tefillin shel yad and tefillin shel rosh, two separate mitzvot. So tefillin shel yad is mekayim. Tefillin shel rosh had a mistake in it. Number two, Ashkenazim, every morning, their minhag is to make a second bracha on mitzvah tefillin, on tefillin shel rosh. So now what about all the brachot levatala that he made on the tefillin? Same question could be if the invalidation was in the tefillin shel yad for Sfaradi. Same idea, he wouldn't have put on tefillin shel yad, plus the brachot levatala. What is the teshuvah process for something like this? First of all, it's devastating. Tefillin is a very precious mitzvah. The Gemara says that a person who doesn't wear tefillin does not enter olam haba, and therefore it's a crushing blow to find out that a person for so many years hasn't really been mekayim the mitzvah of tefillin. So has he chozer b'teshuvah? So there's two parts. Maran Zechron Bracha responded. He says, number one, in terms of the fact that he didn't wear tefillin, we saw from the Gemara Yoma Pevav, the Rambam brings down Hilchot Teshuvah, that when a person is chozer b'teshuvah for not doing a mitzvah aseh, as long as he wholeheartedly has remorse and plans to fix it immediately, eno zaz misham ad shemochalin lo, he gets immediately mechilat avonot. That's one. The only issue is that you have a lot of brachot levatala. Bracha levatala, ledaat Rambam, ledaat Maran Shulchan Aruch, is an isur deoraita of lo tisa et shem Hashem elokecha lashav. It's bearing Hashem's name in vain. So what about multiply that by years that he's been wearing those tefillin and all those brachot levatala? What is he supposed to do about that? So Maran Zechron Bracha points out, he says it's true that we hold la'alacha that bracha levatala is isur deoraita. Nevertheless, there are plenty of poskim that hold that it's an isur derabbanan. Tosafot and others in Masechet Rosh Hashanah, they hold that a bracha levatala is only an isur midrabbanan, not deoraita, and therefore over here, since it wasn't an inadvertent isur, he didn't do it b'mezid, did it b'shogeg miskin. Therefore, it's enough just to do tshuva shlema, and he doesn't need a prolonged teshuvah process. Teshuvah in Yom Kippurim will definitely be mechaper for such a person. This is the point that I think we should point out also. When a person purchases Sifrei Torah, Tefillin, Mezuzot, Megillot, Kitvei HaKodesh, in general, please, 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 I beg you, don't get duped. Unfortunately, for many people, especially when it comes to these matters, Sifrei Torah, Tefillin, Mezuzot, and things like that, they allow themselves naively to get taken for a ride. Yeah, people who otherwise in business would be very sharp, but when it comes to things in religion, all of a sudden everybody becomes Yeled Tov Yerushalayim and the biggest naive people on the planet. You should know that there's a lot of con artists out there. A person should only buy Sifrei Torah, Tefillin, and Mezuzot from trusted sources, people who know the dinim, people who know the halachot. Don't let yourself be taken for a ride. You wouldn't allow yourself to be taken for a ride in any other aspect in life. Don't let it with the most important things in life, which are the Kedusha. So make sure that nobody's taking advantage of you. And if you have a question, you can always ask. You should always consult. Don't, people usually in this realm especially, pull the trigger first and then ask questions later. That's not the way it should work in any part of life, especially not here. Have a wonderful day.